Hello everyone. A very good afternoon to everyone present here. I, Sukhpreet, would like to start this session on personal brand for professional growth. Here's a brief overview. In a world where skills and qualifications are important, what often sets us apart is our personal brand. How we present ourselves, the reputation we build, and the unique value we bring to our profession. Today's session will help us understand the fundamental components of building a strong personal brand, how it can accelerate our career growth, open up new opportunities, and help us stand out in our chosen fields. This session is collaboratively organized by SEMS Welfare Foundation, a registered non-profit organization is dedicated to social impact across various sectors. We focus on education, particularly skills development and entrepreneurship. Through our initiative DigiSaksham, we created training programs in IT, finance, retail, and entrepreneurship, impacting over 6,000 individuals. We are currently upskilling inmates in Haryana jails and collaborating with universities and colleges. We have also partnered with brands to place over 1,500 candidates in a job. In just short time, SEMS has established itself a force for positive change, equipping individuals in skills, employment, and promoting women's leadership in various industries. Also, SEMS Webs is committed to empowering business through cutting edge web development, branding, digital marketing, and strategic consulting. They help organizations of all sizes build a strong digital presence and reach their goals through smart, creative, and data driven solutions. So, now let's talk about the speaker. The coach Shweta is originally from India and has over 20 years of experience in sales, marketing, and branding. She completed her education in Delhi. She is a certified life coach, personal branding strategist, and a well known motivational speaker. She is the founder of VNL Club, where she helps professionals, business owners, and freelancers build their personal brands and grow their businesses. She has coached hundreds of clients through webinars, workshops, and on one sessions. She had also hosted many training programs and motivational talks to help people discover their true potential and present themselves confidently. So, without further ado, let's give a warm welcome to Shweta Pandey. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Supreet. I was on mute. So, this is the very first lesson of how we start that if we are on a mute mode in our professional life and we want to be heard by the right employees or the employers, sorry. Now, how do we get noticed? We can't get noticed because we are on a mute mode. First of all, I would want all of you to switch on your cameras. Please don't stay on mute mode here. Are we here to learn to interact with each other? If you want me to switch off my camera and just deliver my audio, I can do that. तो आप में से जो जो लोग चाहते हैं कि हम बातें करें और वो इस सेशन को सीरियसली अटेंड करने आए हैं, I would really request you all to switch on your cameras. Because imagine if I switch off my camera, then how will you feel? Thank you, Vaishali. And you know what? People who do you think progresses in life? People who take action. So, in order life to change for you need to take an action. And the very first action I really expect is to show up. If you are here, please show up. Doesn't matter whether you're traveling, whether you're dressed up or not. We are not here for the beauty pageant. Let's switch on the cameras. Yes. Imagine if I were to hire you, take your interview, and you switch off your camera. What will happen? I can't hire you because I can't see you. And I don't want to hire a ghost. Thank you, Shivani. Thank you, Amisha. Okay, what is happening with Abhishek, with AKM, Alam Khan, Ajay Kumar, Amisha Roy, Chandrika, Dr. Bhuvneshwari. Thank you, Swapnil. Thank you, Abhishek. Kabir Sharma, Jani Dilip. I am feeling I'm back in classroom because like an attendance, I'm calling out names. Any one of you whose camera is off wants to get hired, raise your hands now. Do you think I can hire you? I am the first person my clients comes to when it comes to hiring their staff. I can't recommend any of you. Ajay Kumar, Amisha Roy, Chandrika, Kabir Sharma, you lost out on good opportunities. Pragyanand, Zeba, Ratul, Subhash, Shalja. I'm really going to embarrass you if you don't switch on your camera. Trust me on that. If you are here for a personal brand discussion, I will not say lessons. What is the very first component which is required for a personal brand? Very first thing that you need for a personal brand is your first impression. And what is the first impression being created here? So we'll start. This is the last time I'm requesting you to switch on your camera. If you don't want to do it, I'll take it that you are either not here, you are just marking the attendance for Supreet or for the SEMS Foundation and just leaving it open like that. Okay. So let's go ahead with people, thank you, who are really serious and who are willing to be noticed, willing to create their personal brand. Okay. So as I said, the very first thing what happens when it comes to a personal brand. What is a personal brand? Your personal brand is your perception. Whether you are in front of somebody or you are not even in the room, how we are. Some of us are present here in this Zoom session. Some of us are not. What do people talk about you when you are not in front of them? What does Amisha has to tell me about Sukhpreet? I had not met Sukhpreet. I had not met Amisha. So when she introduced me, so I knew about SEMS. Okay, the very first introduction of SEMS happened long ago. And then I read about it online. What is this foundation about? What are they doing? What are the kind of results they're bringing? Okay, so that got me interested in listening to you. And that is how from one session it led to many sessions. So imagine if the team sitting here is putting so much of effort, they are not going to get anything in return from you all. Any of you paying high joining fee to join SEMS Foundation, raise your hand. If not, then you must appreciate their efforts, how difficult it is for them to organize all this. And this is what has created their brand. That's the brand value. And the team which is working with them, do you think any one of you, including me, will have higher respect for them? Of course. Anytime in our professional interaction, if I happen to meet or interact with any of those team members, if they ask for the reviews or the recommendations on LinkedIn for their jobs, won't I say yes? Of course, I'll say yes, because I have seen them in action. I have seen them performing. So it's not that they're not faking it. How many of you know what do you need? The very first thing that you need to get a job. You can type it in the chat box. What do you need to get a job? Very first thing, very basic. Let's see who can answer first. No one is answering. Ajay Kumar, very warm morning. Yes, thank you. Communication skills. Later. Communication skills. Before your communication skills. Okay, let me give you a hint. It's a form of communication. What do you do when you need a job? Let's say, Abhishek, you need a job. Swapnil, you also need a job. What is the very first thing that you will do? How will you present yourself? The very first thing that you need is a resume, right? You need to apply. And on an average, how much time you think you spend to prepare your resume? Who can tell me how long does it take on an average for any of you? And you try it about yourself. How long did it take or does it take for you, for anyone, any one of you, to prepare your resume? A resume which can land you a call, an interview call. Just tell me approximate time. Everybody's thinking. Type it. Type. You have a chat box open. I want to see the interaction. I want to see that you're all present away an hour. Okay, very good. Shalja responded. What happened to you, Shiny? Shine. Abhishek, Swapnil, Amisha, talk. Right, 2 hours, 2 hours, 2 hours. Okay, so 3, 4, good for me. Okay, all right. How many of you know how long does it take for the team or the individual looking at your resume to make up the mind to hire you or not to hire you based on your resume only? How long do you think it takes? 7 to 10 seconds. 7 to 10 seconds is not a joke. That is all time you have to create that first impression. So anybody coming late, whether on a Zoom meeting, because it is a meeting, someone informed you about the meeting time and you accepted to show for that meeting. The same goes for your interviews also. Do you think you can afford to be late? Would you want to hire somebody in your team who does not do work on time because that person is not reliable? So how you create your first impression goes long way in your life. So don't take these things lightly. At every step of your life, you're creating a perception for yourself. So make it right. How many of you agree with this? Raise your hand. You can raise digital hands, you can raise your physical hand, but show me with the sign that you agree with this. If you don't agree, give me thumbs down. Okay. Two people agree and rest, I don't know what's happening with them. Okay. So the very first thing that you need is your communication skill, and the communication skills start with the written communication. That is when you apply for the job. And how do you land a good job? By creating a good impression. How do you create a good impression? The first impression goes through your resume or the application, the email, the cover letter, what you write. That is your first introduction. And be very, very, very careful in your resume not to post the selfie, not to post the picture with a busy background, not to pose a picture with too serious a face. Don't be dead. Be alive. Be natural you. When you have your natural expression, that's the most beautiful you. Keep it neat. Keep it preferably plain clothes. Don't wear geometrical designs. It will create a great distraction and people won't be able to see you properly even in your pictures. And you don't need a fancy photographer to click you. You can go to just next door regular market wale purane style ke photographer, or with a mobile phone get a decent picture clicked, preferably with a light colored background. Okay, like how Swapnil has. It's almost white. Or stand ahead where the background is really far, like Shivani is sitting. The background is really far. Even Sukhpreet, she's got a very clean background. So pay attention to these things. And how many of you have finished your studies and applying for jobs or has got a job? You can type it. Chat box is open. No one is writing, guys. Okay, Vaishali, you have finished your studies or are you working? So that's why I need to see it in the chat box. Anyone here who is still studying, who hasn't finished studies? I've finished my studies. Okay. So I'm assuming all of you have finished your studies, still studying. Shiny. Okay, great. So the ones who are still studying, start preparing your online footprints. And the ones who have finished studies are either working or looking for a job, start building your social footprints. Now, what are those social footprints? Social footprint as a employee, what you need, where you need to be is on LinkedIn first. So work on your LinkedIn profile. If you have a skill which is related to be on Meta, which is Facebook, Instagram, if you are into digital workspace or if you are in a product line, then you be there as well. But otherwise, first thing, the priority for you should be the LinkedIn profile. Keep it very clean, keep it very clear as well. Now you will say, I'm a fresher. Okay, what advantage? Okay, tell me, what do you think you can do to make your LinkedIn profile nice or good or better? Type it. The ones who have got the cameras on and the ones who have got the cameras off, they can also write because partially they are present in this meeting. Connect with relevant people. Okay, good. What else? You can write more than one points as well. Don't clutter post with irrelevant achievements. Very good. I have seen only one person responding. What happened to others? What happened to Vaishali, Swapnil, Abhishek? Swapnil, are you away? Swapnil and Abhishek and Shivani. Three of you. Tell me, are you guys working somewhere? Okay, all three of you, type chat. Swapnil is not working. Shivani, are you working? Please write chat. No. Abhishek, are you working? Okay, you're pursuing your HR in marketing. Okay. PDM in HRN part. Okay. Vishali, connecting with people, adding projects. Okay. So now the very important thing, you're looking for a job and you need a job. You want a job and you are looking for a job. So the very first thing, be active, be present in the moment. I had to remind you 2-3 times to come and type it in the chat box. Now imagine what kind of company you want to work with. When you apply somewhere, do you want to get the response fast or you want to wait for a month or 2 or 3 for them to tell you whether you're getting an interview call or not? Prompt, give me thumbs up. For delay, give me thumbs down. Fast response, right? So same way, even you need to respond little faster. Work on your LinkedIn profile, which has your clean, clear picture with a clean background. It can be blue, white, whatever, but a clean background. And preferably go for white or white creams. And then wear clothes in contrast. Don't sit in a blue background wearing a blue shirt. Be seen. Okay, create a contrast. Second, put your name, your degrees, your any kind of work experience. It could be as an internship, as a volunteer work. And let me tell you, volunteer work gets you highest points, whether in India or abroad, especially abroad, because that is a volunteer work. That means this person has voluntarily given his or her time and energy and skill set for somewhere, for something which they may even never got paid for. Okay, just like here, Sukhpreet is working, right? She's not going to get paid for this. It's a volunteer work. She's volunteered to help. She's volunteered to be there. So this act of your generosity will take you far ahead. So do not undermine the power of volunteer work. Do that. And what you can get in return, best thing, the organization for which you do the volunteer work, request them for a recommendation online, either a email letter which you can print or which you can show to somebody. Get a proof which you can show that yes, I did this work. Anything that you write in your resume, mind you must have a proof for that. So no faking it till you make it. Don't get into the trap. One mistake, one lie, one innocent lie can land you in big trouble. Okay, and HR world is highly connected world. You make mistake at one company, the information can go to many places. So don't take it lightly. Okay, laws are very strict now. So put the information which is relevant, unless you have won trophies or awards for your play, for your dance, for your cricket. Don't mention it there. Nobody is interested to know whether you played cricket or not. If you have not even stood last, participation certification is also enough. I didn't win, but I tried. That is a even bigger and courageous work to do. To say that I went there, I went to Shirdi, but I could not get the darshan of Sai Baba. But I tried. धक्के खाए मैंने, मुक्का मुक्की हुआ, मैं साइड पे, मैंने दूर से देखा, प्रणाम किया, मैं आ गया. Just saying. Okay. I went for the interview. By the time my number came in, the interview time was over. But you went there. You tried. Although it will not get you any mileage, but because you tried, that shows the resilience nature of yours. Those traits are accounted. And when you write your skills, one is a technical skill that I know PowerPoint, I know Photoshop, I know digital marketing, I know XYZ, I know coding, whatever. For that, they can take your test. But when you write about your soft skill, I am people friendly, I have leadership skills. The most common is everybody says, I have leadership skills. And if you ask them what kind of leader are you, then they're lost because they have not led anyone. So now there you need to have a relevant story ready with you. What makes you a leader? Okay. When I was a kid, we were going for a camping or we were just going for the trekking and I helped my teacher or didn't even go out. Okay. In our school, there was a competition, art competition. So I helped my teacher to collect all the art books from students. Very small act, like a small kid, but that child has that leadership quality. So as a grown up also, if you have done anything which can get you those brownie points, keep those stories real. Don't fake it till you make it. We all have a lot of experiences, stories, incidents in our life which can talk about our traits. If you are a giver, show them what kind of giver. What have you done? What kind of act of kindness that you have done? If you are someone who is very logical, and mind you, let me tell you, there is nothing called right or wrong. Being giver is right or wrong. No, it depends upon the job where you're applying. If you are a giver and you're working in an NGO, it's a trait, it's a good point. If you're going to work for a casino and you're a giver, sorry, I don't want to hire you. You will give away the chips only. Okay. Write your skills, especially your soft skills, and keep your stories ready related to the industry where you're applying. An HR guy needs to have more analytical skills than someone who is working in some other department. In operations or in sales. In marketing, you need to be more creative. In sales, you need to be more present, more resilient, because you need to face a lot of failures to get that one success lead. So choose your profession based on the natural talent that you have. What is natural talent? One is something that you're born with. That by default, I am an angry young man. क्योंकि वो गुस्सा जल्दी आता है. I'm impulsive. Now, otherwise it is a negative point, but where can you work in a positive way with that. Impulsive है मतलब फटाफट फटाफट decision लेगा और फटाफट काम करेगा. Patience नहीं है. Lack of patience. So then you need to find the work which needs these qualities. फटाफट production में डालो. Put that person in a production field, because in a quality control wherein he'll be on the head of all the staff and telling them jaldi karo ye order jaldi tayar karo, you know. So that is going to work somewhere somewhat in favor for that person. But if you put that person in maybe accounts in hush, he'll miss out. He or she will miss out on the vital information, will miss out on the calculations, will have a wrong impression and the wrong career choice. Make your profile cleaner, keep it real, don't lie, don't fake it, and be prepared with the stories to back it up. What makes you think you are an empathetic person? Can you give me an example? Be ready with that example. Read your resume 10 times before you send it anywhere, and also tweak it according to the company where you're sending. Google and Microsoft may have a similarity that they're both IT companies, but their requirement for the job description, read it very carefully and see what kind of skills they're looking for in that employee, the future employee that they want to have in their team. Go check people on LinkedIn who are working for the position that you are aiming at. If you want to be a digital marketer, go check the profiles of digital marketing companies or the people who are working for those companies and see what kind of certifications they have, what kind of work they're posting. If you are eyeing a job in finance or in HR, follow people who are in HR field or in finance field and see what they are posting, what kind of qualification they have. Okay, maybe they have like very fancy degrees. Yours is very basic degree, but they are bachelor from Harvard, Stanford, wherever, IIT, IIM. You are graduate from any Chungira, Mallugara, university, doesn't matter, but you're also graduate. Okay, how will you compensate now? Don't get intimidated by what you see online. Okay, if I am born in small village of Rajasthan, I can't change my geography, but what I can do is I can add on skills. So go and see the skill set that they have and try and do certifications. There are smaller certifications available for almost every field everywhere, and then volunteer, then look for internships, offer to work for free for 2 to 3 months or 1 month in any company, a similar company or a competitor where you wish to work. This works very well. Let's say I want to work for a matrimonial company. Okay, there are multiple divisions, departments. So what will I do? So let's say I want to work for a company X. So I'll go to the competitor or any XYZ company except the main company where I want to join. And I go and work and see the competition, get to know from them what are they scared of or what are the qualities or the bad things about the company where I want to work. Work for 1 month, 3 months. Say I'm doing a project, I need to submit the project report and I'm willing to give my time for free. No one says no to free work. They'll say, okay, इसको किसी काम पे लगाओ. If you say 3 months, they will give you some proper role. So 3 months, what will you come back with? You will come back with an experience letter. 3 months. You have also created a value because you worked for a competitor or in the similar industry at least. Maybe you're eyeing for a job in Mumbai and you're working in Bhopal, but you've got some relevant experience, something, some experience, either in the same industry or the same field. It could be sales, marketing, HR, in any XYZ company. Now you want to work for automobiles. Earlier you worked for maybe the marketing in a clothing brand. Doesn't matter. But you got the experience. So gather that experience, if not paid, at least free. Because that free work for a month or three will land you a job which will keep you for 30 years. Okay. So very first thing, how do you create your personal brand? You create your personal brand by creating your very first impression. That starts by showing up. Thank you, all of you who showed up here. And a good lesson for all of you who are here technically by name but not showing up. Okay. Then second thing, pay attention to your communication skill, which starts with your written communication that goes through your resume, your application, a written communication which lands before you land in the room, which will get you a call. Based on a resume, you will get a call or you may not get a call. So pay attention to that. Be serious about it. Second thing, that every HR checks, every employer checks is your LinkedIn profile. Even if you have nothing so far achieved in your life, please be there on LinkedIn. And if you can't go out if you're, let's say you're living in a la la land, jungle land, somewhere where there are no companies, okay? Or at least not your relevant companies. Online work, offer it. So Preet did a smart thing. She volunteered. She doesn't have to step out of the house only. She could be sitting in her casual pajamas and enjoying nice work. Aaj ka kaam ho gaya, she will get a letter. Okay. She has to just go on LinkedIn and ask for recommendation. She will get that also. So now imagine a company coming to your profile. Let's say Abhishek is still studying. Okay, he has not finished his studies. His degree is yet to come. But when I go to his LinkedIn profile, I see a neat profile with a clear information about him and with a lot of volunteer and internship work. Maybe he has done it online. I see a couple of certifications, 1 month, 3 month certification, and I see a couple of volunteer work. Now this guy is already, I would say, job ready. So before he gets his degree, he will start getting calls for job, because nowadays companies are being very proactive. They want to hire the talent before they even get their passing marks. That's why internships and very well paid internships are being paid. Yes, just yesterday I was at Chitkara University at Rajpura, and there the students in the last year gets to do the internship, which gets them an fee or the stipend from 20,000 to 60,000 rupees. That is just internship stipend. And once they finish their internship in a company, then the company knows what kind of employee I am getting. This person is good enough for this post and good enough to be a part of our team. They offer them jobs which are definitely much better paid than the internship. So your first impression, your personal brand can take you a long way, a long way. Long ago when I used to work, now I am running my own company, I'm doing my own work. But when I started as a summer intern in Stand Chart Bank. And all I told them, I didn't even ask my salary. I didn't ask for any money at all. They had to tell me, don't you want to know what will get paid? I said, I'm sure you'll pay as per your company policy. But what I want is I have these 2 months free for me in my hand, and I want to work in these 2 months. That's it. That is all what I offer. And after 1 month, they asked me, are you looking for a job after this? I said, yes, of course, I'll be looking for a job. And then they happened to offer me a permanent position in one of their branches. And that is how I landed my very first job. Right after 12th standard, they said, continue studying, but don't leave the job. That gave me opportunity to do graduation in 3 times in my life, because I was doing it on weekends. So I was studying on my own, working during the weekdays, and I did in my arts, I did the BBA, then I did the bachelor in psychology. So every opportunity can give you perhaps 100 more opportunities. Grab it. Work on your LinkedIn profile, keep it clean, do the volunteer work, do the internship if you can. And nowadays everybody is hiring interns, either paid or unpaid, doesn't matter, depending upon your industry and the choice of your company. Go work, get the actual on-site experience, because that is major roadblock for anybody who's looking for a job. And definitely be present in the moment. I will never forget these faces whom I have seen, okay, and the ones who have participated in this interaction. But the ones whom I have not seen, now imagine if they are going to work in a company where I'm on board, do you think they can come and ask me for the recommendation? Because I don't know them. Personal brand was never built for them. They missed out on a vital, I would say the quality that they needed to land a job. So it's not just me. I'm just giving an example. It could be anybody. Okay. You could be going anywhere. You could be attending any seminar. You could be attending any webinar. Be present there. Be present and interact. Noticed. You need to get noticed. If you get noticed, and for right reasons, you will draw attention and you will be able to present yourself in any form for your communication skill, for your analysis, maybe while we are talking. If any one of you happens to write the point, let's just say once we are finishing the meeting and someone says, okay, these are the key learnings or the key takeaways for me. That means the person has an articulated mind. So everything that you do in your life, you're building your personal brand, because a perception is being created for others, and even for yourself in every moment. In psychology, we are taught one thing: how you do one thing is how you do everything. Okay, if I avoid a situation, it was like, okay, all right, I don't know. That means I have a mind which is confusing mind. I'm not a decision maker. I'm okay with anything. Someone says, okay, what will you eat? A lot of people, the biggest trauma in their life, they're hungry. They go to a restaurant, they open the menu, and then they don't know what to eat. Does it happen with any of you? Either you can raise your hand or you can type it in the chat box. The ones again who are present here, whom I can see, and the ones whom I cannot see, please type. I can read what you type. Yes. Now imagine you are hungry. That means you know that you want this, but when it is offered to you, you don't know what to do with it. Same thing happens even when you go for an interview, because you have not prepared well. When you go to a restaurant, the very first confusion happens: मैकडी जाएंगे? नहीं, KFC? नहीं, आज बीकानेर, आज हल्दीराम, this that, अरे यही नहीं पता खाना कहाँ पर है. Then once you land up at a place, and then the next discussion happens: क्या खाएंगे? Now imagine the amount of options any restaurant that gives you. Still, it's like, ab kya khaye? Oh my God. Now the hunger is gone. Now the another confusion has started. So then that is a time when you need to take a pause within you and ask yourself. If you can't do anything, the very simple thing that you can do is look at each item which is coming in front of you and say, do I want to eat this or no? If I don't want to eat this, and don't come back to that again. Do I eat this? Do I eat that? No. Learn to tame your mind. Your brain is in your control, not the vis-a-vis, not the other way around. Okay. How you do one thing is how you do everything. If you write it somewhere and paste it somewhere where you can see it, trust me, half of your life will be sorted because the first half is gone. I don't know how, whether being in disciplined mind or not. But the next day onward, once you write this and see it, it will change you. Because again, how you do one thing is how you do everything. Once you start taking decisions, small decisions, you will start taking those decisions much faster with more clarity. Then you would know what you want and what you don't want. When you get two job offers, you know which one to pick and for what reasons. That is also very important. What do I want in life and why? How many of you have asked yourself, this is what I want in my life and this is the reason why I want? Raise your hands if you have experienced it. You can raise your digital hands or you can raise your hands, physical hands, so that I know. It is very important in life to know what I want, not to face the self criticism and also not to feel frustrated in life. Most of the people live with anxiety because they don't know what they want. What is anxiety? Anxiety is not knowing what is going to happen. What's in it for me? Ask yourself whether you want to go for jog 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning, or you want to work out in the evening, or you don't want to work out. It's okay. Your choice is your choice. Be responsible for your choice. Own it. मेरे को समोसा खाना है, मेरे को दुनिया मोटा बोलती है, बोलने दो. I will eat it. I will eat pizza and then keep on being thirsty throughout the night. Then I am responsible for the acidity that I'll get in the morning. Okay, own it up. Don't get up and grudge. Oh my God, nobody woke me up. Alarm nahi baja. मम्मी को उठाना चाहिए था इसको ये वो सब. Don't blame the world. You slept late, so your biological clock didn't work. You could not get up on time, so you are late for your exam, for your interview, for your office. You are responsible. Start owning up your own acts. How you do one thing is how you do everything. So once you start communicating clearly, written, verbal, and non-verbal, which means people can see you, you're not talking, but still you're communicating through your body language, through the way you are, your body gesture, your body language, everything starts speaking. So I don't need to ask when I see you guys. I can even tell you your personality types. If I see you on bigger screens for 1 or 2 minutes, I can tell you that. Why? Because your body is also giving a language, which is non-verbal language. So same thing is also seen by the interviewer. So they see you, they observe you, they mark you on that. I go to IIMs, IITs, Symbiosis, and other big universities to train students how to prepare their resumes or prepare themselves for the interviews, the discussions which happens. for interviews or for the job promotion. So I know what happens in the minds of those IIMs and IIT guys because they are the ones who have prepared that performer. And I was lucky enough to get trained in that. So then I knew, oh my God, 7 seconds. But isn't it? If you notice, you look at the poster of a movie and then you make up your mind or you make up your mind whether I want to watch this movie or not. Okay, then you wait. Acha, okay, let me wait for the trailer. Now they're also smart. They send you a teaser. They don't show you a trailer. One teaser. टीजर में मजा नहीं आया अच्छा ओ टीजर वाज सो नाइस एंड देन यू वॉच द ट्रेलर अच्छा ओ ट्रेलर ठीक है अच्छा लगता है मे बी आई कैन गो एंड बिकॉज यू गोइंग टू स्पेंड योर मनी एंड टाइम एंड एवरीथिंग राइट एंड विद loads of expectations god knows what we want from a movie we want that movie to change our life now based on those visuals those experiences that you went through within you just by watching the poster and the teaser and the trailer, you made a decision to go and spend at 3 hours. And then if I include the transportation time, perhaps 4 hours and lots of money on those popcorns and the soft drinks. Ticket is very inexpensive compared to, right? So you took a decision based on some calculation which happened here. Start paying attention to those calculations. What makes you decide on something to take and what makes you decide to give up something. I don't want to work here. That's it. I am not happy with my boss. Then ask yourself, do I like my work? Is it my colleague who is troubling me and I want to change the job? Is it the commuting which is troubling me? What is it that is troubling me? At least own it up. Why? So that you don't repeat that mistake when you look for the job somewhere else. You faced problems XYZ. You don't know what kind of boss you're going to meet, but where can you find that job? Or that boss who can type it quickly in the chat box. How would you know what is going to be your next boss like? Anybody? Any guesses? LinkedIn, guys, LinkedIn. That boss is going to be on LinkedIn. If you don't know who is going to be your boss, search the company where you're going to work and you will have the list of all those people who are working there. Then you would know who is handling HR department, who is finance head, who is operations head. Go through their profile and see whether you're going to meet a nuthead or you're going to meet a wise guy who is going to lead you, whether you want to be part of the team or not. Because there is no point in making all the efforts, leaving one company to join another to meet an even bigger plunder, right? You want to give life to give you happy experiences. You can decide whether your life is going to be happy or not by being little more mindful, be aware, and being present. That's why I say don't fake it till you make it because you don't want to meet the fake company, the fake profiles, the fake promises till they make it. I hope it made sense to you all. Now, if it really made sense to you, what do you need to do? Tell me. Who knows what you need to do for me to know that you liked it? Type it. Type it. Otherwise, you can find me, guys, Coach Shweta on Google, and you can leave your feedback. I will not say reviews. Give me the feedback. What has been your learning from today's session? Was it boring enough for you? Was it too entertaining? Was it worthy of your time? Did I justify your presence here? The ones with camera on and the ones with the cameras off. I humbly request you to go on Google, search Coach Shweta. You'll find my profile and leave your honest feedback. And preferably give the your one or two key takeaways. What was your aha moment or what was your nah moment? Okay? And I'm hoping that although a lot of you did not come on camera, but will give me some feedback in writing, which is the first principle of creating your personal brand. And just by seeing the profiles of some people, notice how a personal brand can take you a long way. For me, the biggest challenge was when I was building my career. From very first job, it used to be a daunting task for me to build a resume. Okay, I was never happy with my resume. I wanted something very different, something very unique, like a typical girl problem. भैया ये ड्रेस है इसमें दूसरा कलर दिखाओ दूसरा कलर आ गया इसमें दूसरा डिजाइन दिखाओ अरे पसंद क्या किया था what do you want okay but that's how girls are initially till the time they don't learn to be themselves. I wanted a very unique resume, and 2-3 times when I shifted jobs, I got it. And then I made a promise to myself, I want to work where I don't need to carry my resume. And after my, I think, fourth or fifth job, which I changed very frequently, I said, I want to get hired not based on my profile, and not where they tell you, show me your resume, and then they'll hire me. So I was called and never asked for my resume because my profile reached to them. They knew my perception, my personal brand, my reputation led me to those places wherein I was invited to come and join the team. And that's how I built and grew my personal profile, which gave me a professional edge. The reason I'm telling you is all of you have this ability. I am not unique. I am just like you, like a common regular girl who came from a very small town of Himachal and made a big name in her own industry. And I work even with the royalties of Saudi Arabia, the royalties of many the countries. So today I've been able to reach out to those big people just because I stayed focused and kept it clear, clutter free, and absolutely real. No faking it. Be the true you, and you will outshine everyone else because a lot of people, most of the people, are trying to fake it to fit in the world. Shine as who you are and take great pride from where you come from. What you know is that you know. This is what I know, sir. This is what I don't know. And if you're willing to learn, then say, I am willing to learn it. If you're not willing to learn it, make it very clear to them also because even the team heads, they need clarity. What kind of team member I am hiring? Yes, volunteer work, Abhishek, it will take you long way. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, it's a personal brand for professional growth. And this is a sure short way, especially LinkedIn. That's where all the HR and the Naukriwala, Naukri.com and this, that, everybody's sitting there. They're watching you and they're hand picking up people through that. Okay. So I hope it worked for you. You have a Google form to give the feedback to SEMS. And thank you so much, Sam. And thank you, Supreet, and everybody else who has been coordinating with me and being present here. Thank you. And I'll see you soon again. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you all for being a part of today's session on personal brand for professional growth. Here are some quick takeaways to rely on. Like your professional brand is the personal brand you create. Be authentic, tell your story, share your story on LinkedIn, and most important, it was that share your internships and volunteer work and real world experiences on LinkedIn. These were the key takeaways of today's session. So, okay, on behalf of the organizing committee, I would like to sincerely thank Shweta Pandey ma'am, our outstanding speaker today. We had the chance to hear a fascinating and thought-provoking conversation about personal brand for professional growth today. We appreciate the effort and time they put into our organization